In May 2007, the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change's draft report stated that only a concerted action requiring a huge monetary investment and a profound change in policy can avert a climate collapse, and that intervention must be accomplished by 2020. The IPCC recommended a variety of interventions of all kinds: hybrid cars, carbon capture, nuclear power. And the UN expects a large increase in human fatalities, especially in poor countries, as microclimates disappear and whole ecological systems give way. Will the civilization that has been elaborated for hundreds of generations withstand the greatest challenge it has ever faced? Ultimately, the whole nuclear tour led me to that question. It's clear that the benefits of nuclear power far outweigh the risks. And these, if you'll bear with me, I'm going to read them aloud because these are all the things that changed my mind about nuclear power and led me to be sitting up here today telling you why I think it's so important that we really take a good look at nuclear power. Uranium is very energy dense. A small quantity equals a huge amount of power. There are huge reserves of uranium in geopolitically favorable spots. Fuel can be recycled many times. Only 2% is used if the fuel just takes one trip through the reactor. It's a mature technology. The new reactor designs, there are many, and prototypes show that you can have a reactor that consumes its own waste. You can produce hydrogen on a large scale. There's a project going on in Idaho right now with a reactor like that. U.S. reactors operate at over 95% capacity. No other system of energy generation can claim that kind of capacity. Over 12,000 reactor years have been passed in safety. As I said, a nuclear plant has a very small environmental footprint, and nuclear plant radiation emissions are less than you get from eating a banana a year. The lowest environmental impact of any large-scale energy source. And as I said before, the biggest displacer of greenhouse gases on the planet. A Harvard-MIT study suggests that a tripling of the world's 440 reactors would result in a 25% reduction in greenhouse gases. Rip one day told me a story about a man who was warned about a flood. Rip, would you tell the story?
Yes, this is kind of an old joke, but I hope you'll bear with me. There was a man that got caught up in a flood, and the police came by his house and said, "You better evacuate." And he said, "God will save me." And then the water rose up a ways, and a boat come by, and the boat said, "Do you want us to save you?" And he said, "No, God will save me." The water got to the top of the roof, and a helicopter come by, and they said, you want us to save you?" And he said, "No, God will save me." Well, the man drowned. And when he arrived at St. Peter's, the pearly gates where St. Peter was, he said, "Why didn't you save me?" And St. Peter said, "I sent a policeman, a boat, and a helicopter. You ignored them all." Well, one day God could very well say, "I gave you the brainiest people, ladies and men. I gave you an understanding of radioactive decay. I gave you enough uranium and thorium to last you thousands of years. I gave you the knowledge on how to harness the energy so it wouldn't harm the environment or you while you were using it. What else do you want?"